Hello everyone and welcome to the Fully Booked Penguin channel. Welcome to episode 2 of Writing Nook, which is my writing series on the channel, and we are here today to begin our November writing challenge. Now obviously I'm not doing NaNoWriMo, everyone's boycotting it, as they should, and instead we are doing ANovelNovember, which is like an alternative. You still try to write 50,000 words, but there's like a little prompt for each day on what you can share on, I think it's Instagram. But obviously as part of my Writing Nook series, I'm also going to be doing a couple of YouTube videos documenting the process of ANovelNovember for moi. Now in episode 1 of this series, I actually shared that I am currently writing book 2 of my non-magical fantasy series. So you may be assuming that in ANovelNovember I'll be writing that book. No, I've decided to torture myself. No. And if the answer is no, then surely you must have another developed storyline or story that you are wanting to work on. No, I've decided we're going to start with a blank page and a concept that is so new that I only have the opening sentences, and that's all I really have an idea for. So this is going to be so new that it's going to be a real challenge because I have no idea what I'm doing. And you're saying, I don't think that's what they mean by ANovelNovember. Well, with the daily prompts on Instagram, I don't want to share that much about my current novel because it is book 2. And obviously, will I still be working on my novel in November? Yes. So since I'm working on novel 2 and don't want to give any information about it away because, well, book 1 isn't even out and I don't feel like sharing about any of that until I have everything a bit more down pat, we are instead making a new story. And that new story is going to be a fantasy and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm at such bare bones that I haven't even chosen the material yet. That's where we're up to. It's like I'm in a trades building and they're like, do you want to work with clay, wood, metal, like what, paint? And I am yet to choose any of them. That is how early on in the process we are. Now technically we are running on American time because it's the 2nd here in Australia and obviously everyone else is starting today, which is technically the 1st for them. So am I running on American time? Yes. Could I say that I've already lost a day and make it even more difficult for myself? Yes. But we're not. That means we have 30 days. And since it is already afternoon of today, well, we definitely have our work cut out for us, don't we? Okay, so I found the original post, which is by Renee Dugan. I'll have the on Instagram. And I think she created ANovelNovember. So props to her, at least for these prompts that she has for it. And day number 1 is introduce your work in progress. Now, how am I going to do this when even I don't know what the story is? We'll get through it, okay? We will get through it together. And by together, I mean pretty much by myself, except that I am hopefully going to join in with her writing chat. So I won't be totally alone, but I will be totally alone in creating this story because I like to make things interesting. I need a name. What kind of name can I come up with? I came up with Mifflin, but I'm pretty sure that's a character in K.M. Shea's books. And I came up with Penelope, but Penelope is just, like, I don't know why that entered my mind. I will get back to you. I'll also calculate how many pages I have to write each day in order to get 50,000. Please ignore the fact that I look like I've been through some wars. I look like I've been crying for the last 7 years, which is close, but no. I am just really tired. You know, chronic fatigue supposedly is a thing that I struggle with. What? Here's the tea. I'm in my office, i.e. the bedroom office, because my beloved mother, whom I love and adore with all my heart, is working today and has meetings. And supposedly, when you have meetings that are professional, you don't need your daughter's tired face just popping in or, you know, click-clacking in the background. So I have been moved to another area. I was outside, but there's people outside because people are having a holiday, a 2-day holiday, because of a horse racing public holiday, which is tomorrow. But they take 2 days off. Why not? Why not? So there's people, specifically children, and they're having a great time, which I am grateful that they're having such a great life. But it does interrupt filming. So instead, we are in this office, which is dangerous because I'm literally sitting on my bed. And for those who don't understand, a bed is where I sleep. It's where I nap. It's where I sit on my phone and watch videos all day. So it's not really a good work environment. However, I did wake up at 5 a.m. this morning and came up with a few ideas. And today, which is the 3rd American day of November, and I've finally come up with my antagonist, my villain. And is he my favourite character? He's up there. I don't know whether I'm the problem, because I am creating a bad guy. So therefore I must have certain bad guy ideas in my head. So, and the fact that I like writing them, who knows? Anyway, so I've made my villain, which I share on day 10, I think, is sharing our antagonist. So you will have to wait to get a little hint as to what the antagonist is then. Sneaky sneak. I have decided, rather than hitting 50,000 words for the month, I'm just going 30,000, so 1,000 a day. And as I said in day 2's post, I want to be forgiving on myself. I don't want to be the goal reacher that has a destroyed body within the first 5 days and then is sick for the rest of the month and can't do anything. So we're trying to avoid that. Obviously working really well. So we're just trying to have fun with this. So I'm not going to pressure myself. We're going to go roughly 1,000 a day. Now tomorrow is introducing the main character day. So I have that. Look, they don't have a day for introducing the man love. But my man love is kind of important. My lover boy is kind of integral to the plot. Also, I'm trying to juggle how many POVs to do. Currently, there's a possibility of 4 POVs. I'm trying to think of which one I could drop. I can just have the prologue in the mentor's point of view, and then have it rotate through the other 3 characters. And maybe end in the mentor's POV too. So I'm going to try and get a little bit of writing done, but I'm also going to try and prepare the posts for the next couple of weeks so that I can just schedule it. And then that way they'll go up while I'm on holiday and I don't actually have to actively think about it other than going on and browsing what everyone's up to and replying to comments or whatever. Because I joined the group chat for Renee's ANovelNovember group. So there's just a collection of us already in there supporting and all that sort of thing, which is it's actually really fun. Mum's final meeting of the day is done in, let's see, 20 minutes or so. Oh, something got really bright. Oh, Mum's meeting ends in 20 minutes or so, or she could be finished now, I don't know. And that way I can actually go into the actual office with my computer and do graphics and then my 1,000 words if I can. Also, today's prompt was aesthetics, and I did portals. Book portals, specifically. And honestly, it's kind of cool. Pinterest is an okay place to be. I never really saw the point of Pinterest. And I'm not saying that I will be an avid Pinterest user now. But, I can see the appeal of Pinterest now. Anyway, that's my update for day 3. And I shall see you all on day 2. We're going backwards, supposedly. No, we're going to go to day 4. Hello everyone and welcome to day 4. No, it's not day 4, I'm lying. I'm sorry. I have in fact been neglecting the video portion of ANovelNovember for a few days. 1 or 2 days. Try like 14 days. So rather than mourn the loss of multiple days, I did do some writing. I was on holiday for a week and I did do some writing in a book. Obviously I wasn't at my desktop and therefore I did very little, just sit down and write for hours on end. But I did do a little, okay, and that's what really counts. So we are now on day 17 of the challenge and I have been posting every day on Instagram, so technically I have been doing that, but nothing otherwise. So we're going to catch up on that and I'm going to let you know where I'm up to in the process and how dismally I am going. Okay, let's start on day 4, which was meet the main character. And in fact, I did have my main character ready and set to go, and her name is Robin Shaw. Now, she is a storyline shifter apprentice. She is missing her memories. So before the age of 20, she remembers nothing. Also, she is 24 years old and she is an avid reader. So kind of fits with her whole storyline shifter because they literally dive into books. So, although she does read a lot of books, she hates the miscommunication trope. That is one of her pet peeves. She despises it with a passion. Now, Robin has blonde hair. She has blue eyes that are quite striking, almost mystical, because they match the blue portal color that appears in some books. She's actually an A student. She does the books and the study really well. The only problem is she keeps failing one of the main rules of storyline shifting. She just somehow accidentally breaks rule 2, which is never interfere with the story. Then we move on to day 5, which was meet a secondary character. And I chose to introduce Tristan Wright, who is the CEO of the Storyline Shifter headquarters. And he is also the head mentor. So he's been mentoring people because he was actually one of the first to enter the book portals. And so therefore he knows all the research, all the experiments that went into these book portals. And he is of a noble lineage. So his family are all noble line and they kind of carry themselves in that sort of noble, gentlemanly manner as well. But he does have a small secret that he likes to keep just to himself, and that is that he actually really enjoys historical novels. Being a 46-year-old man, he does have a bit of salt and pepper. That's his hair. He's got black hair, but it's going a bit grey. But he's very handsome and noble, and he has grey eyes. And he always wears very dapper suits. In his position as CEO, he makes sure he's wearing the best tailored suits. So he's our sort of mature, reliable mentor character. And while he's there to sort of curb Robin's mistakes and her penchant for getting into trouble in the book portals, he does ultimately care a lot about her because he was actually the one that discovered Robin wandering the halls with no memories. And so he's got a soft spot for our girl. But she does need to stop interfering with the storylines because it does waste materials. Now I chose to do a bonus secondary character, and his name is Kim Ji-won, and he is a 26-year-old male. He is of a Korean ethnicity. He has dark black hair and dark eyes, and he is Tristan's, the CEO's secretary and bodyguard. He has bodyguard training, and so he protects as well as does all the administration side for Tristan. Also, Robin's dorm neighbour and friend, and he is often teasing Robin. And so he has a mischievous side, but he can also be very serious and very business-minded, smart, and all that sort of stuff. And now he has a problem, and that is he can't handle technology. Obviously, as a secretary, this is a problem because he often handles computer systems and phone systems and all of that, but he manages to get around it by wearing gloves. Now, some believe and rumour that the reason he no longer portal jumps is because of this technology glitch that he seems to just possess. Okay, and then next we have day 6. Was romance or nomance? Share the ships of your work in progress. So did I get a little bit creative with this prompt? Yes, you got it. I made little ships. I'll make a bigger image. Yeah. Now I put it to my characters to decide what kind of, romances and relationships they thought were appearing in the storyline shifter headquarters. And these are the 3 that were voted on. Not many participated, but also a lot, as you'll see. So first ship that was voted on, it was actually put forward by Jiwon. He thought that he and Robin would make a beautiful couple. As you can see, it was voted for by Jiwon, Tristan, and Judy. Now, Judy is the lunch lady, just so you know. As you can see, Robin made a little comment with her red pen, because Judy is her offsider, and she voted for this. And as you'll see, Robin wanted Judy to vote for a different ship, so she felt a little betrayed. Now, this next ship was voted on by a character I haven't introduced to you guys yet. It's coming up. Ethan and Robin. He put forward this as a possibility, and he voted for it, and Stephen did. Now, Stephen is Ethan's manager. As you can see, all of Ethan's social media followers voted for this one too. Now, Robin, as you can see, did call this into question whether that was allowed, so we're allowing it. But it doesn't mean it has to happen, just because more people voted for it. It was the most popular ship, though. Next up, we have the 3rd ship, which is Robin and Hokey Pokey Ice Cream. Put forward by Robin, and voted for by Robin and Judy. Now, this is Judy's 2nd vote, and as you can see, Robin just tells her she's not allowed to double vote, so just keep her vote on this one instead. We will have to interview Judy to see what her ending vote is, whether it's for Jiwon or Hokey Pokey Ice Cream. And as you can see, Robin believes that this is a match made in heaven. Day 7 came around, and it was 2 truths and a lie. Now, I don't especially love the game 2 truths and a lie, but I participated. You can spot the lie. I'm going to give you the answer as soon as I read them all out. So, we have, originally I wrote the opening lines for a script instead. The antagonist is my favourite character to write. Or, I've already had ideas for sequels. The lie is indeed number 3. I've already had ideas for sequels. I haven't. Next. Day 8. It was a break. Whew. And I actually shared about my other work in progress, the main one, which I already kind of shared about in the 1st episode. So these are the tropes for it. We've got strong female main character, we have competition for a throne, non-magical fantasy, found family, themes of grief, guilt and betrayal, and political intrigue. That's our other work in progress. Am I going to give you any other information? No, because I am secretive about it. So that's all you get. Ooh, spooks. Day 9. Character's choice of drink. Robin's choice of drinks is, on a cold day, is hot chocolate, with specifically 3 marshmallows. Because 2 marshmallows is too few, and 4 is just a little too indulgent for her. And then on a hot day, Robin enjoys a frozen lemonade. Then we got to day 10, which was tell us about your antagonist. Here's my lad. Introducing him, Ethan Oakes. Now, Ethan Oakes is a best-selling author, but he is currently on hiatus. He is 30 years old, and he is a serious caffeine addict. He also has permanent panda eyes around his amber irises, and he has a dark brown hair. Now, his little note is, he would literally kill for his characters. What else do I have about him? Our Ladaroni. Now, the reason he has been on hiatus is actually not because he can't think of things to write. He can write. His writing just mysteriously disappears. He writes it down and it's gone. It's gone seconds later. And he's been struggling with this for several years. So one is bound to experience a little bit of paranoia and madness when that is happening to you. Next we have day 11, which is share an aesthetic, and I chose to share about my men folk. Now I don't know, I got these images from Pinterest. I own none of them. I don't know if any of them are AI. I apologize if they are. They were just Pinterest images. So here we have Tristan's, our mentor, CEO, man. Then we have Kim Ji-won's. And then finally we have Ethan Oakes. There he is. Do I love my antagonist a little too much? Maybe. And could it partially be made because of these images? Yes. Next up we have day 12, which is Myth and Magic. Are there special powers in your work in progress? And I said, well, technically, yes. It's the book portals. So with the book portals, I've decided they can transport you to other worlds. Fictional worlds, written by authors. You can experience the stories unfold in front of your very eyes. And when the story comes to an end, it either fades to black and you exit, or you can stay and it just repeats. These fictional worlds, that's all they do. They play over and over again. And that is why you shouldn't be seen, or you'll be incorporated into the story, and that will be your life. You'll lose your identity in the real world, and you will just be a book character that replays the same thing over and over again. And there's no escape. Follow the rules, because if you don't, you will end up... Next we had day 13, which is a share about the world of your work in progress. Now, Whitbury seems to be a bit of a town stuck in the past, and even the locals are such a weird mix of different eras and fusion of different fashions and styles. Ordinary clothes, not unusual. Suits and that, not unusual. Like medieval clothing, not unusual. No matter the era, it's not unusual to see it in Whitbury. And then the other part of the world that I'm sharing about is, of course, the book portals. You can be taken to worlds with fae or dragons or fantasy reimaginings of historical times. There's such a wide range of places that you can end up when you enter the book portals. Is there more about the world? Yes, but I'm going to not share it right now. Okay. Now, day 14 was share about a relationship you love in your work in progress, and I chose to do something different because I've introduced everyone else. I decided to go more into Robin and Judy. Now, when I was starting with Judy, Judy was just the lunch lady, and then Judy started bantering with them when they lined up for lunch, and I was like, oh, okay, Judy, welcome. I mean, Robin needs a mother figure, and you know, Judy wasn't having it. She was like, no. I mean, I will give advice, and I will rebuke when needed, but also, I'm the sassy, slightly mean, don't get on my wrong side, like an aunt feel. Like, she will pamper you, but only if she likes you. If she doesn't, you'll know, and you will not enjoy it. So she is sassy, and she's got some spark to her. And so she becomes Robin's confidant, but also like a bestie. So that's Robin and Judy, the lunch lady. Day 15 is where we had our mid-month break. Yay, we were halfway through and nothing happened. Nothing. No, I'll have it here. Now, I have roughly, at this point, got 8,000 words, which isn't a lot, but it's something. But I did post every day for the challenge, and I didn't drive my body into crashing. Being the pantster that I am, most of it does live in my head currently, and not much of it has gone down to the pages. But it's living up here. It's living up here, okay? And I will try to protect the little brain. It's just sometimes the little connections in the brain don't connect well enough for me to move the fingers and get it down onto paper. It's like, yeah, I know we have all those ideas, but I'm blanking on how to get that onto a page. And I'm like, well, that's not very helpful, is it? Then we got to day 16. Tell us some tropes. Now, I'm not the biggest trope person. I don't write my books thinking, okay, I'm going to have this trope and this trope, or thinking about anything about tropes, really. I'm not your girl for tropes. I don't know the sub-tropes. I don't know, like, I'm lost in the world of tropes. I know nothing. But I tried. And here's my attempt at telling you about the tropes. We have soulmates, we have found family, we have amnesia, we have dimension travel, and we have the mentor archetype. I never in all my life thought I would be writing about the amnesia trope. But you know, there are times when amnesia trope is reasonable. when done right. And so obviously I'm trying to do it right here. And I don't know whether soulmate is quite the word for it, but I can't tell you about it without spoilers. So we'll have to move on from that. Then we have share a theme song for your work in progress, which was today's prompt, and I chose Time by The Rose. It just sounded correct. I listen to a lot of music and I love the vibes. Choosing a theme song, difficult. But it does slightly apply, and it's just the vibes, really. And that gets us all caught up. Is there a lot I still have to do? So here's the thing. We have 13 days left of this challenge, end of November. And I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to achieve. The brain cells, as I say, they don't connect well. They really don't. It's something they struggle with. So being the pantster that I am, I'm not going to restrict myself to chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. I'm just going to get down all my scenes. That's what I've decided I have to do. I have to just write down the scenes, get the scenes all together, and then I can try and connect. But me and my group, it's quieting down a bit, I admit. And hopefully we can get through the rest of this challenge. Oh, wish us luck. Now, if you want to follow me in real time, I do have Instagram at fullybookedpenguin. You can follow it live each day, posting. Or the hashtag is live. They are removing hashtags, I think, in December. So we got in quickly. But otherwise, yeah, I think that's disappearing. So, oops. For now, I've managed to update you, and now I have to edit down this 50-minute video. Anyway, I shall see you all in the next video.
T26 끝.